They say I'm incapable of love, Karis. His voice was a low murmur against her ear, a velvet rasp that sent a shiver down her spine. The scent of him, old books, expensive cologne, and something wild and uniquely his, like a storm trapped in a bottle, filled her senses. He traced the delicate line of her jaw with a single finger, his touch surprisingly gentle for a man rumored to be a monster. Are you afraid? She met his gaze in the grand, antique mirror. His face was half shrouded in shadow, the other half illuminated by the soft glow of the bedside lamp, revealing a jawline sharp enough to cut diamonds and eyes the color of a twilight forest. The infamous leather mask that concealed the upper half of his face was still perfectly in place, a stark black against his pale skin. This was her husband, Alaric Kingsley, the Serpent Lord of Nocturne Bay, a man whispered to be disfigured, sterile, and ruthlessly cruel, her savior and, perhaps, her new jailer. She leaned back, her body pressing against the solid wall of his chest. No, she whispered, her voice steady, betraying none of the turmoil in her heart. I'm not afraid of you. A slow, dangerous smile curved his lips. Good, he murmured, his hand sliding from her jaw down the column of her throat, stopping just above the frantic pulse at its base. Because you have no idea what you've just bound yourself to at the National Apothecary Guild Championship. My stepsister became a star with the elixir she stole from me. Ironic, wasn't it? The Veritas elixir, a truth serum of my own design, built her entire career on a lie. I didn't realize then that this single act of theft was about to detonate my entire life, that this competition was a carefully orchestrated bride selection for the notoriously cruel and disfigured Serpent Lord, Alaric Kingsley, a man rumored to be naturally sterile. That night, a formal bonding contract from Kingsley Enterprises arrived, demanding the hand of the elixir's creator. My fiancé, Dalton, panicked. He and my stepsister, Lacey Carmichael, immediately locked themselves in his room. Hours later, after their frantic coupling had secured their bond, Lacey emerged, swaying her hips as she flaunted the fresh wolf-shaped bond mark on her lower back. The mark that should have been mine. Your fiancé is mine now, she cooed, her voice dripping with saccharine poison. What will you do, Karis? You turn 25 in 3 days. If no one claims you, you'll be thrown into the matching mandate, forced to bond with some old, abusive wanderer. She was wrong. I had another choice, a terrible one. I found my parents in the front hall, already spinning lies to the press to manage Lacey's sudden but beautiful new bond. She won't marry the Serpent Lord, I announced, my voice cutting through their cheerful chatter. I will. My words were a thunderclap in the quiet opulence of our home. The bond contract trembled in my father's hand, frozen midair. My mother's eyes widened, her fox-like tail fluffing up in alarm, a dead giveaway of her shock. Karis, are you insane? She gasped. Alaric Kingsley is sterile. He's a bloodthirsty monster. I heard he nearly tore a servant's throat out during a primal shift. Marrying him is jumping into a pit of fire. Before I could speak, my father cleared his throat, his gaze flicking nervously towards Lacey's closed door. If she doesn't go, what about Lacey? She's already bonded with Dalton. A flicker of conflict crossed my mother's face before she slowly, reluctantly released her grip on my arm. My heart turned to ice. I was their biological daughter, yet they always chose the sweet, manipulative act of their adopted one. A bitter laugh escaped me. I have one condition. On my wedding day, Lacey must publicly admit she stole my elixir. How can you be so vicious? You'll ruin your sister's reputation, my father roared, slamming his hand on the mahogany table. My mother just stared at me, her expression painted with disappointment. My face was a mask of pure scorn. The Serpent Lord wants the alchemist who created the elixir. You can't have it all. She can have her reputation, or she can have her life. Choose. For Lacey. They eventually relented. I turned and walked away without another word, only to collide with Dalton Montgomery emerging from Lacey's room. Dalton was wrapped in a plush bathrobe, his chest a canvas of angry red marks. The cloying scent of Lacey's signature rose